Hey everyone,
Hello.
thanks for joining us. We're really glad you could come to this live event on LinkedIn. It gives us a great chance to tell you about the smart communication textbooks and how they can really help you out if you're a teacher struggling with like engaging students or you're really flooded with prep with classes. So I'm Robert and this is Steve.
Hi. Thank you for coming. I'll just tell them a couple of things here. What we're going to do from this point is we're going to show you a video, and we have two reasons for that. The first one is that it allows us to put a little sort of animation support with it that we couldn't do in a live context. And the second reason is that we can answer questions live as you have them. So if you have any sort of question, comment, whatever it is, put it in the comment section, and we'll do it live because we're able to do that.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. So, what?
I'm good. Are you
ready
good?
to go? I'm good.
All
Okay,
right.
here we go.
Let's go.
I remember the exact moment the stress hit me. A university asked me to squeeze in one more course. It was just for 1 year. It was to fill in for a teacher on sabbatical. Now I had the materials, they were pre-made, and so it would be minimal preparation. So it seemed, okay, this was all right. I said, thank you, I'll do it. However, a few weeks later, I found out that the content was actually a little bit different and that none of my materials would work. And I just have to spend a lot of late nights preparing for a course that I'd only teach one time. And that stressed me out. I bet every teacher knows that stress. We are all very, very busy, and it's just really hard to balance work and life. So Robert and I decided to do something about it. We made a textbook series that saves time and makes classes run smoother. And in the next 10 minutes, you will know exactly how we do it. So the secret sauce we created was 7 steps in 2 classes. Then repeat the 7 steps in the next 2 classes, and so on. So after the title page, step 1 is ready. Step 2 is smart check. Step 3 is challenge. Step 4 is Dwayne's World. Step 5 is champion connect. Step 6 is showtime. Step 7 is let's master. So these 7 steps lower prep time and keep classes running smooth. Okay, fine. But how do these steps do this? So let's go into a bit of a deep dive here. The 2-class journey starts with a title page. The title page shows where it's all going, so you don't have to plan anything. We select a topic, in this case travel, and we give it a really good picture to try and hook their interest. And here's really where the journey is. It's this acronym, SMART. And it's probably not the SMART that you know. We've customized it to include things like targets and a process. So the first thing we do is we describe the language skill that they're going to focus on. Then how they'll measure their improvement, and then the actions that they're going to take, and the results that they'll achieve, and the time that it's going to take. And if you take a moment and just quickly run through this page with the students, they start to see that there's a structure, and it's not just this random madness, and they actually start to trust it. Activation is the purpose of the Ready section. So this section gets students thinking about the topic and subtly pushes them towards the language skill with a simple, engaging, no prep activity. So in keeping with our class theme of travel, here's a task where students come up with a creative option, then they share it with a partner. The section runs quite smoothly, and the students tend to spend a lot of time discussing their selection and their reasons, and like the teacher is not like having to force them to do this.
So the first self-assessment is done with smart check. Now designing self-assessment is complicated, but we've actually done all the heavy lifting so you don't have to. And here's how we do it. Now there are two tables. We're only going to use the left-hand table, the now table. This is the students' first self-assessment. See those phrases in the green font there? Those are the target phrases. These are carefully selected phrases for giving reactions. So they have a statement, then they try to react to that statement. And look at this statement. Winter is nice. Now, students try to react to this statement using I think so too because. So they might come up with a statement like, I think so too because I like winter sports. But they say that only to themselves, not to a partner. If they can make up a sentence with the phrase, they put a check. If they can't, that's absolutely no problem. They skip it and they go to the next sentence. And after 3 minutes, they count up their checks and put total scores. The students know exactly where they are and what needs to be improved. Now, one thing to remember is that students will need examples when they start. So there are always examples in the top and in the teacher's guidebook to help make everything clear and so you can feel confident when you support the students. And there's also a QR code on page 5 of the textbook. It will take you to a short video which will explain all of this with really clear visuals and easy to follow steps. Students' first attempt with the target language is in the challenge section. Here we challenge them to use the target language in a conversation. So for example, in this challenge section, pairs of students negotiate the design of a holiday resort, in keeping with the class theme of travel. Now, a lot of heavy lifting has gone into making each challenge simple and engaging, or actually using the target language. So you can walk into a class, open the book to this section, and run a smooth class with absolutely no prep. And it actually teaches students really useful language.
This is where we present real-world examples of the target language. And that's the purpose of Section 4, Dwayne's World. It's really simple. Students scan the QR code and they watch an episode on their cell phone. It's a simple animation. It's a story as old as time. It captures their attention. Then they answer some target language and comprehension questions. And the teachers do nothing. There's no last-minute scrambling to set up cords and projectors. You just leave all of it to the students. Here, students do an online game review. We call it Champion Connect. So essentially, we gamify the target language. Students, they make a group, they scan the QR code, they play 3 times, then they circle their fastest time, and then they see who the champion is. It's instant video access, no sign-ups. It's just simple, and it gives the students a bit of a dopamine hit.
So the whole 2-class cycle aims for the main performance called showtime. Now showtime is a dream for teachers because everything has been structured and scaffolded into a simple, effective process. So how does this work? Students are given a topic and we help them to express their opinions on that topic. Then they'll transform that opinion into a mini essay. Of course, the essay is full of the phrases they've been learning. How do we know this? Because they circle them. This makes checking or grading their work really fast. Now at first, students might worry because they need to communicate their mini essays without using their notes. But that's really no problem. We've created a simple, effective process to go from reading to communicating in just 20 minutes. It's called the Traffic Light Trainer and it really works. With 3 rounds, students move smoothly from reading to communicating without their notes. And in the second half of the book, pairs will even start to give each other feedback, of course using that target language. So just trust in the steps and you'll quickly see great results. Language extension and a final self-assessment is what Let's Master is all about. Essentially, this is a bank of supplementary materials that works well for homework exercises or for filling up extra time in class. And when they see this final box, it's time to see if the students actually improved in their ability to use the phrases across the 7 steps. We do that by going back a few pages to the later table. They follow the exact same process as with the now table. If they don't get a higher score, they can continue with the practice materials at the back of the book. And if they do get a higher score, mission accomplished.
So, there we have it. Ready? Smart Check, Challenge, Dwayne's World, Champion Connect, Showtime, Let's Master. It's not important to memorize. It's just 7 steps in 2 classes. The process repeats throughout the book. It saves prep time and makes classes run smoother. Balance.
Okay, so that's it. We hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm sure you still have lots of questions. Maybe even you're thinking, well, that all sounded great, you know, it's clear, but is this really my cup of tea?
Buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
Buyer's remorse, yeah.
So because of that, we've decided to put together a flash sale. So we would really like teachers to have the chance to look through these books for themselves. That's usually the way you figure stuff out, right? If you actually want to use it or not. So actually, if we could put those up on the screen, Steve.
Like that.
So this is the flash sale information on Amazon, and these are Kindle books, and this gives you a really good chance to look through the 2nd editions of the book. These aren't the latest editions. The latest ones are the 3rd editions, but these 2nd editions fundamentally have the same kind of structure and content. These are for Kindle. They're not paperback. That's why you can see they're, you know, heavily reduced. And this runs, you can see for how long on the screen here, and you can see for, you know, wherever you are in the world what prices they are. Just one word of warning for it is that these 2nd editions, we will shut off the online support with the QR codes for the videos and the games after the date shown on the screen. But it, you know, with the price they're at, it's still really good to take a look through.
Can I get back to the video here?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I'll just add a couple of things. If there's more details you'd like to learn about the traffic light trainer or the smart check table, we have some very clear, concise videos that are on the website, smartclassseries.com. There's also some other videos that talk about how to implement them in different types of classes. There is also, if you have the mind to do it, you can start digging into some of the research. There's a lot of research that's gone in, you know, my master's, Robert's PhD, and of course all the other studying we've done beyond that. That's actually gone into it that we don't really talk about, but it's all there. So if you are of the mind, you can sort of dig into that too.
Let us know. We always also just like to chat about how they're designed. It's just
and if you, I mean, you know, comments, questions, we love to hear them.
Right.
So then, email us if you want to know more. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for coming.
Robert, thanks for your help.
Always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
I enjoyed it. Good. All right. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye now.